boy, oh boy, has Nintendo slipped up. And this is something we don't see from this company. When you think Nintendo, you think great games, and always great games. I mean, occasionally they have like ARMS, which some people love and some people don't. They got like Star Fox, which some people are super into, and some people could take it or leave it. And like rarely there's an Animal Crossing Amiibo festival that almost everybody says kind of sucks, but hey, Nintendo still believed in it and thought it would be fun for a certain audience. I have never seen the breaking, scathing report that I'm about to relay to you about a game that Nintendo is afraid to release. A game that is testing so bad they don't know that they can charge for it or that they should release it for fear of it damaging the company's brand and the company's quality as a really good game maker. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. This is something. We've talked about 1-2-Switch many times on this channel, and we talked about the heavy rumor that there's a sequel to a game that nobody really wants coming this year, and it's 1-2-Switch. But now, thanks to Imran Khan over at Fanbyte, we have details upon details upon details, including the bipedal horse mask wearing host of this game named Horse, because it sounds like host in other languages. The game is called Everybody's 1-2-Switch, and it doesn't just add mini games to 1-2-Switch, instead it borrows from the Jackbox Party Pack formula. I love Jackbox Party Pack. It's been something that's brought my whole family and relatives together in a way that no other game quite could. Okay, you got grandmas and dads and brothers and sisters and cousins all able to pick up their phone and play Quiplash and play Trivia Murder Party and play Drawful and have a lot of fun. I think those games are awesomely designed, and there's always a hit or two in each of their bundled games packs. They also charge a very reasonable amount for each title, and it's just a fun time. They've been able to keep the momentum going. I don't know if 1-2-Switch has the same cachet as Jackbox Party Pack, so trying this is dicey. And it sounds like what they've tried is abysmal. We're talking about musical chairs via the Switch and your phone. We're talking about bingo, where you use the Joy-Con to act like you're digging out a number and then shows up on the screen. These games don't sound appealing at all, and despite the claims that the games can have up to 100 players, thanks to the online lobbies and the phone usage, it sounds like a disaster. And don't take it from me, take it from Nintendo themselves, who Imran says was shocked that Everybody's 1-2-Switch was received as poorly as it was. They said their target audience of kids and families were so bored with the game they wouldn't even finish the rounds, and basically nobody liked it. Now, they do know that there was a glimmer of like, maybe this could become something cool, probably because the Jackbox games are regarded so well. Like, people have fun with those, so you think Nintendo plus Jackbox, that could be awesome, but it sort of sounds like Nintendo has just zooted all the Nintendo out of this. There's no mention of Mario, there's no mention of fun characters, and it makes me think of something like Nintendo Land that leveraged the IP in really smart ways. You were using Donkey Kong, Luigi's Mansion, Mario, and Animal Crossing to make mini games fun and keep it separate from Mario Party. 1-2-Switch was quirky, 1-2-Switch was below mediocre. 1-2-Switch was a game of its time. It was out at launch and nothing else was really out around that time, and so you kind of just played it. I had some moments of fun, I won't lie, but I've never touched 1-2-Switch since. And so Everybody's 1-2-Switch seems to take the idea of Jackbox, but none of the actual secret sauce that makes it special. Musical chairs and bingo and spin the bottle where you say something nice about the person it lands on? For some reason, I find it so goofy that the host is named Horse, because in different languages that sounds like host. Like they'll think that they're talking about a host. And it's a bipedal horse with a rubber horse mask. That's like the icing on the cake. That's the cherry on top. A host named Horse that we hope you think sounds like host. I don't know what they're going for here, and that would be a story by itself, like weird Nintendo game that nobody's gonna like, but it's so odd because there's more to the story. Internally, Nintendo has had game cases and art printed ready for this game. They're ready to pop the cartridge in and send it to stores, but they can't decide what to do with it. Certain executives are really strongly pushing to still sell this thing for $60. They want to get their money out of it, and they think they can still put it out there. It'll stand separately from 1-2-Switch because instead of it being local minigame focused, it's more abstract, online, big lobby focused, so the two games can coexist. and they want that $60. It's Nintendo, stick that seal of quality and boom, we'll sell. But then others are worried about that reputation, the hit it will take if they release something that's been received so poorly. They want to put it, get this, as a free game on Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, because they say that if you don't charge, people probably won't be anywhere near as upset. So we're talking about a massive divide within Nintendo of people that are like, no, you can't put this out. The Mario Maker will be looked down upon for such a bad game. We should give it away for free. And then at the other end, you have people say, no, charge full 60. And to be clear, it's not like it's super odd that a game tests poorly. That happens, and then they kind of go and reconfigure, and they're like, voila, and people are like, okay, this is better. I'm sure plenty of our favorite games at one point weren't perfect, right? Like they definitely had periods where some element of the game was kind of on the downturn, and they had to prop it up. But it sounds like this is so bad that no amount of propping could really help it. And that's where it's different. It's different because Nintendo is questioning it themselves. It's different because they're debating giving it to us for free. A company that doesn't like to give anything away for free. A company that has resisted the online movement of free games per month. A company that always charges you full value for ports. A company now considering giving a game that was planned for 60 away for free. Just think about how this must play for Nintendo to consider free. I don't want to think about it. I can't imagine a game that is like 50 times worse than 1-2 Switch. Who knows what they'll eventually come to, or could this project be scrapped altogether? Yet the notes we're getting here, right? The data that they already have artwork printed, boxes are ready to go, and this was supposed to be released a while ago, tells me they're not giving up on all the development and dollars they've already invested into everybody's 1-2 Switch. At this point, it sounds like it will be everybody's 1-2 Switch because everybody will agree that it sucks. And that really sucks. What should Nintendo do with this? Frankly, I'd love to see them eat it. And I don't mean eat bad reviews. I mean eat the development costs and just say we are committed to better. Nintendo, I've loved them since I was very little, and part of the reason is because I think they always make awesome games. The hand on the controller experience, the gameplay, the mechanics, Nintendo does it better than anybody consistently throughout the years. So while this won't ruin the rest of the year, it's not like you're going to sit out Splatoon 3 or Scarlet and Violet or Bayonetta 3 because everybody's 1-2 Switch is really poopy, but it does sort of make you wonder, like, what were they thinking? I don't know if I buy, brand damage as much as some people internally are worried about, but why release something that you know stinks? Why try to charge for something that you know people are going to regret? So there is an alternative, which is put it out, and maybe that is the best course of action. I don't know how much use we'll get out of it, but hey, it adds even more value to Nintendo Switch Online, and it shows that Nintendo does respect and care about us, its fans, its consumers, its players, and isn't going to try to pull one over on us. Like, this shows they are well aware that they would be pulling one over on us. And yet, I feel like they're still going to try to sell it. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong, but I feel like that's what they're going to try to do. Imran does note in the article that maybe they have improved. Maybe they've taken feedback. He notes that they were willing to listen to feedback. Maybe they've taken that feedback and they've found a way to make it better. But this is just a strange situation where Nintendo is afraid to release a game because it's so boring. They can't even get testers to finish the rounds. Nobody wants to play musical chairs their phone. Conceptually, they're borrowing from a big kahuna in the party game space. Jackbox is very well known and very beloved. Just sounds like the execution is completely amiss. Like completely botched, not even close, nada. Now there's a scenario where this article works in our favor because can Nintendo really willingly sell it for 60 if we know they know it's bad? Like that to me, that's the damage. That's where, that's bad for a brand. It's fine if you put out a game that kind of flops. Everybody does it. Even, Nintendo has to from time to time. But now that we know they know, now you're playing a bit with fire. Let me know what you think. What should Nintendo do? Scrap this bad game, give it to us for free and see if some people have fun or if it can be improved. Sell it for 60 and cross their fingers that we forget. I mean, I don't know what the right answer is here, but I definitely don't think it's charging 60 for something that you acknowledge is not fun. And yeah, when people said that this was going to be worse than you thought, and it's much more bleh than just a sequel to 1-2 Switch, and somehow they messed that up more than you could ever guess, here you go. We have our answer, and dear goodness gracious, just wait for the segment at the Nintendo Direct about everybody's 1-2 Switch. Thank you everybody for watching this video. I hope you're all excited for the Direct, still excited in spite of this chaos and craziness. Never happened before. Never seen this type of reaction from Nintendo or a game that they're literally afraid to put out. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you're still excited for whatever else they got. And thank you so much for watching, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Until next time, SwitchForce out.